Their divisions have emerged at the Munich Security Conference between Berlin and Washington over the issue of arming Ukraine in its fight against pro-Russia separatists. However, U.S. Vice President Joe Biden says Washington, D.C. fully supports a new ceasefire agreement being driven by the leaders of Germany and France. CCTV's Jack Barton has this story from Munich.
Fresh from talks in Moscow with President Vladimir Putin, German Chancellor Angela Merkel said an agreement on a fresh ceasefire in Ukraine was still uncertain.
I can say that after the discussion of yesterday in Moscow, it is uncertain whether it will lead to success. But from my point of view and that of the French president, it is definitely worth trying.
Merkel ruled out sending arms to Ukraine, provoking clear displeasure from the country's president, Petro Poroshenko. Poroshenko and Washington argue sanctions have failed to alter the policies of Moscow, which they allege continues to send troops and arms to Ukraine.
I take with me the passport and military ID of Russian soldiers, Russian officers who were come to us and leave it together with that. This is the best evidence for the aggression and for the presence of Russian troops.
U.S. Vice President Joe Biden said Washington backs the proposed new peace deal, but disagreed with Germany and some other European countries on the issue of military assistance.
We will continue to provide Ukraine with security assistance, not to encourage war, but to allow Ukraine to defend itself.
The statements came between face-to-face meetings aimed at ending the renewed bloodshed in eastern Ukraine. No details of the new peace plan were announced at the conference on Saturday, though it's expected to be largely based on the failed September Minsk agreement, which Western powers say Moscow never lived up to. Germany's Chancellor is expected to speak by phone on Sunday to the presidents of Ukraine and Russia, as well as U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, to see if an agreement can be reached, even as pro-Russia separatists step up their offensive in an attempt to link their two rebel strongholds. Jack Barton, CCTV, Munich.